One of my favorite tools about Amazon is the ability to get shipping alerts, but here's the problem. You can only get it at the seller admin email address. So I've got a hack for you today about how to get around this, and it does include a forward of your email coming out of Gmail, G Suite, or wherever you store your email. So let's dive in. My name is Stephen Pope. I'm the founder of My Amazon Guy. First, here is what a shipping alert can look like. So I sell some soaps on Amazon. Here you can see one of my products. I've got over 770 reviews, and I sell some artisan men's soap. Pretty cool stuff, fun product. But it's tricky to store the amount that you need to have over at FBA. Don't want to have too much. It hurts your IPI score. Don't want to have too little. You go out of stock. And we all know the number one rule about selling on Amazon is never go out of stock. And the second rule is like the first. Never, seriously, never go out of stock. And so that's why shipping alerts are such a very helpful thing. Here you can see in this column right here, we have red alerts with bells that show when there's a challenge or when you're probably a little under. And then we also have the yellow bell when things look okay and enough is selling through. Here's what it looks like when you get one of these emails. In here, you'll see it tells you the last ASIN, how much was currently sold, as well as the weeks of coverage. It gives you the SKU and the ASIN in the title, and although the email is a little hard to read, it's still pretty valuable because then you can take that ASIN, go over to Amazon, type it in, look at the product, and that's the masculine soaps we were just looking at. You can always click on the SKU as well and scroll down to see at the ASIN level how many have sold the last 30 days. 281. I have 300 at Amazon, so I'm under basically a 4 weeks of supply. So that's a bunch of good information you can check out, and you can see previous data by clicking on that SKU. So first, here's how to set up the shipping alert to begin with. So in here, you click on the Set Replenishment alerts icon. You can do more than one product at a time. So if you're trying to do this for 100 SKUs, you can. Sometimes this page will error out when you do more than about 20 products at a time. In this dropdown, I personally like to have it on the weeks of coverage, but you could also set it to fulfillable quantity. So if you want it to always be at a certain threshold, let's say 500 units. But I prefer weeks of coverage because that number goes up and down, and the weeks of coverage is a little bit more standard of an operation. So my personal take, I like the 6-week threshold. I used to have this at like 8 to 12 weeks, but Amazon has really been pushing to only keep about a 30-day supply at Amazon. And so by setting it to 6 weeks, it takes about 2 weeks or something to check in. So I basically always have a 30-day supply at Amazon. Once you hit save, this will enable it. Now, here's the problem. It will only go to the seller admin email address. That is the admin of the seller account. So you can't send this to secondary users. Now, this, of course, is silly because the guy who owns the account is not the guy doing the shipping as the account scales. Amazon, if you're watching this video, you need to change this. You need to make a user permission that allows me to designate who receives shipping alerts. Sounds really basic and easy, but man, they should have done this 5 years ago. I don't know why, but if you think Amazon should add this, please add a comment to this video saying, Amazon, add shipping alerts to secondary user permissions. In the meantime, here is the hack. Now, I prefer G Suite and Gmail. This, of course, will work in any email service provider that you use. But essentially, what we're going to do is we're going to set up an email forward. So there's two things you need to do to set this up. The first is you need to have somebody who you can forward the emails to. And you can change that to multiple users at the same time. And the second, you're going to create a filter that will automatically filter and send that. On the right hand, you can see this 3 ellipsis drop down here, and it says filter messages like this. So we're going to go ahead and click that. So it'll default the from address, but I do recommend that you write out the subject line. And for me right now, it'll probably be FBA Replenishment or something to that effect. Now, when I hit the create filter, one nice thing is that it will automatically show emails that match this filter, and that gives you an idea if you set it up correctly. If you don't see anything matching this filter, it's because you haven't received an email that reaches all of the criteria that you've set up. So here are your options. You can always skip the inbox. Maybe you don't want to read it, but you want to automatically forward it. So in here, I'm going to select on forward it to, and then in here, I can select people I want to forward it to within my organization. So let's say I want to forward it over to Felix here, and I hit the create filter button. It's as simple as that. Now, every time I get an email from this email address, FBA-no-reply@amazon.com, with the subject line FBA Replenishment, it's going to automatically forward that over to Felix. That's a simple trick to get this to the people that need to have it. Now, obviously, it's not as convenient as just having secondary users and employees come and go, but there you have it. That's the best thing that you can do. So what do you guys think about this hack? If you like this, throw me a like on this video and subscribe for other tips and tricks to manage your Amazon account as you're trying to scale and deal with all things Amazon. My name is Stephen Pope. I'm the founder of My Amazon Guy, and we have over 300 brands actively working with us right now to grow their sales on the platform. We also offer a la carte services as well as coaching on demand all over at myamazonguy.com. You're going to watch this video next, which will help you grow your sales further.